The episode begins in Constance's room, where Scarlet suddenly appears before her. Scarlet tells Constance that she intends to send every villain involved in her execution straight to hell. However, Scarlet admits that she does not know who the real culprits are, because she was falsely accused of poisoning Princess Cecilia and executed under those fabricated charges. Scarlet explains that she cannot simply rely on fate anymore. Therefore, Constance must become her agent, someone who will investigate the truth, uncover the real criminal, and make them experience hell on Earth. Constance is terrified and immediately refuses, saying she cannot do something like this. Scarlet reminds her that Constance's family is drowning in debt, and now that her engagement has been broken, what options does she truly have left? Constance looks at Scarlet with sadness, knowing very well that the engagement fell apart because of Scarlet's existence. Scarlet coldly insists that Constance has no right to refuse, because she must repay the debt of gratitude for Scarlet's help the previous day. Finally, cornered and shaken, Constance asks what Scarlet actually wants from her. Scarlet then explains her plan in detail. After this, Constance disguises herself in a maid's uniform and travels to Morris Orphanage. There, she meets a nun and apologizes for arriving without prior notice. She introduces herself under the alias Letty, claiming to represent the Orleans family. She says she has come to collect letters from the children to commemorate Lily Orleans' death anniversary. The nun is pleased, believing this will make the children happy, and allows Constance inside. The scene shifts into a flashback, where Scarlet and Constance were planning their move. Scarlet reveals that Lily Orleans was her friend. After Scarlet's execution, Lily devoted herself entirely to charity in an attempt to atone for her past sins. Because of this, people began to call her the White Lily of Charity. However, 2 years earlier, Lily allegedly committed suicide by poisoning herself inside her family chapel. Scarlet refuses to believe this. She insists that a woman as strong and ruthless as Lily could never commit suicide. Constance is shocked to hear this, because Lily was the only person who ever visited Scarlet in prison. Scarlet clarifies that Lily was not truly her friend, and that Scarlet had always preferred being alone. Scarlet then recalls the prison visit. She remembers telling Lily that she did not poison Princess Cecilia. Lily responded that someone extremely skilled had framed Scarlet, and that even now they had no idea who the real culprit was. Lily said she had come to say goodbye, and apologized for being unable to help Scarlet any further. The scene returns to the present. Scarlet reflects that if Lily truly committed suicide, then the situation must have gone completely out of her control, and that this is likely connected to Scarlet's revenge. Constance is deeply impressed by Scarlet's confidence and sharp reasoning. Back at the orphanage, Constance sits in the garden until the children come to her with their letters. She thanks them warmly and assures them that the letters will reach Lily. Afterwards, Scarlet instructs Constance to go to the site of Lily's suicide. To create a believable excuse, Constance deliberately falls into the orphanage's small pond, soaking herself. An elderly woman offers Constance a nun's habit, explaining that it is the only spare clothing available. Constance thanks her and then proceeds to Lily's suicide site. At the chapel gate, Constance tells the guard that she is from Morris Orphanage, and he allows her entry without suspicion. Although Constance is extremely nervous, everything proceeds smoothly. She enters the family chapel and begins praying for Lily. Scarlet dismisses this, saying prayers are pointless. She believes Lily would have hidden a clue somewhere no one would think to look, possibly behind a painting. Constance moves the painting and discovers a piece of paper hidden behind it. Before she can take it, Randolph Alter suddenly appears. Scarlet is shocked upon seeing him. Constance attempts to quietly escape. Scarlet explains that Lily was married to Randolph Alter, a member of the Richelieu family, Scarlet's greatest enemy. He is widely known as the Reaper. The scene continues inside the chapel. Randolph already knows that Constance is from Morris. She introduces herself as Letty and says she joined recently. Randolph asks her about a boy named George, claiming he has red hair. Constance remembers that George has chestnut-colored hair, while the red-haired boy is actually Tony. She corrects Randolph. Impressed by her attention to detail, Randolph offers to escort her back to the orphanage, warning her that the roads are dangerous. Constance refuses and quickly leaves. As she escapes, Constance wonders whether Randolph has become suspicious. Scarlet replies, "I don't know, but that man has an extremely sharp sense of smell, one that could become very dangerous." Back in the chapel, Randolph prays for Lily. He notices that the painting has been moved and that a piece of paper is lying on the floor. The scene shifts again, showing the children telling Constance that Lily once taught them a spell called Kariki Karak Koko. It was meant to expose evildoers. If someone asks about Lily and reacts on hearing the spell, it means they are a villain. Tony urgently tells Constance that they should run. At that moment, Constance realizes the truth. Lily was murdered. That night, in Constance's room, Scarlet asks her to examine the clues they recovered. They find a key and a note reading, "Destroy the holy chalice of Eris." Constance notices that the paper looks like a page from a tourist guide. In Norse mythology, Eris is the princess of strife. The image on the page depicts a neighboring country called Adelaide, which is also the name Lily used when she secretly enjoyed her nightlife. The key has a number engraved on it, likely connected to a workshop. Scarlet concludes that they've gathered enough clues to move forward. Later, Constance is at her manor with her friend Kate. Kate discusses the scandal surrounding Constance's broken engagement, which has already spread through the newspapers. People are calling Constance pitiable, but Kate argues that this proves even a lamb can defeat a hunting dog. Damila has fled using poor health as an excuse, and a boycott against Neil has begun. Constance mentions that Neil came to apologize, but Kate scolds her for being too naive and honest. Then, Kate shows Constance an invitation to Amelia Godwin's ball, suggesting that Constance should attend, move on, and possibly find someone new. Constance remains silent. Scarlet scoffs at the invitation, calling it tacky and claiming Amelia only wants drama and scandal. Nevertheless, Scarlet decides that they will attend the ball, explaining that she knows Amelia very well. At the ball, Amelia greets Constance warmly, but is secretly disappointed that Constance looks even more elegant than before. Following Scarlet's instructions, Constance compliments Amelia, saying, "Your sunflower-like hair suits you beautifully." Amelia panics at the comment and immediately runs away. Confused, Constance wonders if she said something wrong. Then, Scarlet spots Aisha and begins planning to approach her. Suddenly, Constance turns around and is shocked to see Randolph standing behind her. He approaches and says, "A few days ago, I met a nun whose language was noble, whose hands were spotless, and whose eyes and hair looked exactly like yours." Constance panics. Randolph bluntly asks, "What is your goal? What did you take from the chapel? My late wife's will?" Overwhelmed, Constance mentally begs Scarlet for help. Scarlet takes control of Constance's body and speaks with complete confidence. She says calmly, "You seem very certain. I'm sure you must have evidence. You wouldn't accuse a delicate young lady of theft without reason." Randolph replies that they should return to Morris Orphanage to verify the truth. Scarlet responds smoothly, "I must decline. While my interest flatters me, my value is not so low that I would go on a date with a man I've just met." At that moment, chaos erupts at the party. Margot injures Teresa with a glass. Randolph rushes off to control the situation. Taking advantage of the distraction, Scarlet and Constance escape. Outside, they encounter Amelia sitting alone. Amelia tells Constance that she reminds her of someone, even though she doesn't look like her. Constance asks, "Do you mean Scarlet?" Amelia nods and says, "You remind me of her." Before leaving, Amelia delivers a cryptic message, the 7th section of The Depths of March. The invitation is in Earl John Doe's hat. Only those who endure are survivors.